Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या संप्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमामस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याता सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो नमः। ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री अथर्वऋषये नमः। मण्डूकमहर्षये नमः। गौडपादसद्गुरवे नमः। गोविन्दपादसद्गुरवे नमः। आद्य शंकर गुरवे नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। अथ अथर्ववेदान्तर्गतमाण्डूक्य उपनिषद शांति मंत्रः। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम अथ अलात शान्त्याख्य चतुर्थ प्रकरणम्। Let's salute the Lord, the entire Guru Parampara, our own Gurudev, Bhagavan Adi Shankara, Govinda Bhagavad Gaudapada Acharya, Manduka Rishi, Atharva Rishi. May all of them bless our intellect to become purified and subtle enough to understand the powerful logics examples they are given in the Karikas, which are revealing to us the self, the truth, which is one without second. Without their Krupa, we can't go even a little also. And we are in the toughest portion of the subject. And as I was just saying in 5 minutes back in Telugu, we say in English, ki, the topic subject which we are studying here now, in general Mandukya and particularly in the ALAATHA Shanti, these slokas from 50 to 100, but in that also again 68 to 85, 88, these 20 mantras are the crux. Why? Because in these mantras only, with all powerful explanations, logics, example, Gaudapadaji has tried to prove to us about the non-presence of the world and presence of only Ekamevadvayam Brahma. The world is neither Sukhi nor Dukhi because it is not there. But Parabrahma being always there eternally is a Kevala Ananda Swarupa. Means only when this portion is thoroughly digested, that one will be willingly and effortfully can come out of samsara. If this is not understood, then all spiritual sadhanas are also done, resulting only again in samsara. Because the clarity has not come to us through all the logic regarding the self alone is real, Ekavayam Advayam Brahma, and there is no duality born at all. If at all, it is only Chitta Spandana. Therefore, anything you do in this Chitta Spandana, Nirmita Asat Jagat, all that your illusion, delusion. If this is not understood, then all upasanas we do, all shastras we study, all other adhyatmic sadhanas we do, there are done with them taken as the reality. No, then we are in the delusory life only, delusory world only. And end will not be there for bondage. If this portion is not understood and practiced. And I believe after studying this key, every Vada Vedantic student, Adhyatma student, Tattva Jnanaka student, Mumukshu, or any of these Upanishad Adhyaya student He may be studying all the Upanishads many times, but I believe that only after touching or studying Mandukya that they become truly, genuinely Jignasu and Mumukshu. Not before. In all other Upanishad study, there is an entertainment, there is an information, there is a knowledge, there is a self a feeling that I have understood this or that. But really rejecting the world of duality, entering to Advaita Brahmanubhuti, the effort for that would be done by only those disciples who study Mandukya. Because Mandukya is the only one which clearly puts without ambiguity. Ambiguity is in our inability to understand. Otherwise, from his side, the Karikakara, Bhashakara, स्पष्ट रूप से said, पागल तुम जो भी द्वैत देख रहे हो, the Dvaita of Ishvara Jiva, Dvaita of the Guru and Shishya, Dvaita of the Sadhana and Sadhaka, in any other Dvaita, all of them are actually never possible. It's just like none of the snakes or the garlands, etc., are ever possible on the rope. Strictly, ruthlessly. Rope is always rope. Before, during, toward the end, when you never seen anything, that time also rope is there. When you have seen rope as snake and talked about snake and worried about snake, that time also what's there is rope only. When you say it is not rope, it is snake, that time rope never came newly, it is already there. Your own avidya, your own adhyasa, and your own vidya. Avidya kala, nothing known whether snake or rope. Then adhyasa kala, there is snake is felt. Then jnana kala, rope is there. In all the three periods, rope is always rope only. Is it not? In the same way, in the ignorance dasha, in the samsara dasha, in the jnana dasha, absolute truth alone is real. Baki hai nahi hai. So I am taking class 2. In absolute reality, it is not there. To that level, this Mandukya alone takes. If at all it is there, it's only Chitta Brahma only. Chitta Brahma in the sense, Chitta Spandana giving the abhas of all this. They're all looking solid, real. Like the plastic fruits look solid, real, but not so. A painting looks to be alive. Live painting कहते हैं उसको. But there's no life in that. So to a TV screen, movie screen, everything appears to be happening. लेकिन कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा वो. In the Swapna, so much happened, but really it has not happened. In our own imaginations, so much we imagine, but nothing happened. So many we understand. In the example of Swapna, Maya, then Nirmitikaha, all that. Only one more thing we have to realize in the same way that even this world also real illusion. Swamiji, do you mean to say all what's happening in Russia, Ukraine are unreal? Absolutely. From the absolute standpoint, they are not there. That's the logical conclusion. This Mandukya alone lifts us. In other Upanishads, हो रहा है युद्ध होने दो, तुम छोड़ो उसको, ये तुम अपना ध्यान करो, परमात्मा मिल जाएंगे, तुम मुक्त हो जाओगे, उसके बाद देखेंगे युद्ध है कि नहीं. That's how they say. Mandukya straight away just थोड़ा आंखों के सामने हो रहा है, फिर भी सत्य नहीं है. But so many are dying. Yesterday, bombing in civilians, 10 people died. I read the news. I saw the small child dying also. फिर भी नहीं हुआ वो. In the Veshti Sameshti Maya only, all these appearing. But this can't be spoken in the public. You can't talk this in the TV and all. पागल मानेंगे हमको. पक्का पागल कहेंगे. ऐसा कहने से वहाँ we have to talk in their language only. But here, through all exhaustive, thorough study of where from the whole world is manifesting, is this independent of my perception? Are the perceptions independent of my chitta? Is the chitta independent of the self? If the chitta is not independent of the self, it's a part of self, self alone is chitta, then self is modificationless, then how can chitta get modified? Or chitta can do spandana, therefore chitta cannot be sandhita. Then still, without chitta spandana, world cannot come. The world is appearing with Spandana of Chitta. What is creating Spandana in the Chitta? It is Avidya or Maya or Vasana. No, these are all when you 1 to 100 times study. In your understanding, this is known. Okay, yet while interacting with the people, Even if one becomes a guru to teach disciple, he will straight away not talk about this nasti dvaitamiti. He will talk from what standpoint the disciple can understand, and he will slowly lift him from that standpoint. Like in Mandukya also, there's no Upasya Daiva, only Dvaita, Advaita Brahma is spoken. But Upasya ka Omkar ko laya ki nahi, diya ki nahi waha. So he also took the help. That's what alone can help the students who are in the initial stages. What I am trying to say in last 6-7 minutes is the height of the Mandukya Upanishad. That single-handedly it alone can. If we thoroughly, one by one, Karika and Shlokas and Bhasha understand, sufficient enough for Mukti, and then such person alone can really feel meaning in sadhana. All others, for them, study of Shastra is only a time pass only. Dil बहलाने के लिए होते हैं. And their life is only about the desires of the world or fears of the world. It's only when I develop the vision of Mandukya that I'll be a fully soaked seeker, soaked in the sadhana or spirituality. Otherwise, dry. But you need a great guts to exponent even to study this. And those who really want to get out of the world and enter into Paramatma, who are at that level, to them Mandukya is given. Like you and I are at that level only, it seems. That we understood, we got sufficient kicks from the world, we want to get out of it, but we are not able to get out. Now we are given such a knowledge, having listened, which we will prepare to get out of it. Mandukya helps that way to give final pushes to those who have already come to certain level. To that level, other Upanishads bring and the worldly experiences bring. मांडुक्य तो चल कुछ नहीं होगा जा तू करके धक्का देता. Is it not? Taking up to the boxing ring is the job of some people, but pushing inside the ring is the most tough one, unless he is inspired from within. That pushing into the ring is done by this Mandukya. Another example, up to sitting on the uh, place sitting seat where the marriage is conducted, everybody will push. But they're pushing him to tie the knot. बेटा कोई वांदा नहीं बांध दे कुछ नहीं होगा हम भी झेल रहे हैं हाउ कैन यू बी हैप्पी विदाउट लाइक अस यू मस्ट मिजरेबल बांध दे 3 गांठ बांध दे you know fellow till that time he was so free bird, now jailed bird. Both of them, just so lightly saying it, but the fact is this is the one which pushes us. And in that also, these 20-30 slokas from 65 to 85, 90, I think we may have to steadily study, deeply study, independently study, note down all question doubts. Then we can discuss on that. Clear? Having said so, now we have seen yesterday in our 76th mantra, if you remember, Yada na labhate hetona uttamadhama madhyaman tada na jayate chittama hetva bhave phalam kutaha. So with Bhashya we spoke yesterday. Now little bit for our अंडरस्टैंडिंग एट वन लेवल, बिकॉज हाईएस्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग लेवल का सूक्ष्मता बुद्धि अभी नहीं है. ये बुद्धि सूक्ष्मता के पीछे इच्छाएं होते हैं. क्या इच्छा? मुक्ति पाना है, परमात्मा को पाना है. इच्छा है तो वैसी वाली बुद्धि सूक्ष्म होगी. परम जगत को ही पाने वाली अगर इच्छाएं हैं तो वो वाली बुद्धि सूक्ष्म होगी, स्ट्रांग, एफिशिएंट. बट द बुद्धि टू स्टडी शास्त्र विल बी मेड ब्लंट दैट टाइम. So what we have inner deep desires, depending on the depth is understood. And yet, what is said in this shloka? Very simple. Ki yada na lavate hetun uttamadhama madhyama. At that time, yada means tab jab, when all these three hetus are nalavate or eliminated. Therefore, that means that is the sadhana to be done. When that is done, remember, very carefully listen. These are the things, Uttamadama dharmas, which were the hetu. Hetu for what? Chitta janma. What is the chitta janma? The appearance of the chit alone as the chitta is done by these three hetus. Therefore, when these three go away, they were the hetu for the chitta to become chitta. They have gone away. Therefore, chitta will not be expressed from the chitta. Chitta will not express as chitta. Not only these three hetus are making the chitta appear, but it is pushing the chitta to do spandana. When the spandana happens, then abhasas are happening. So that also is eliminated. That is the meaning. Yada na lavate hetuna uttamadhama madhyaman. When uttamadhama madhyama, hetus are totally removed. Uttamadhama madhyama dharmas, hetus, dharmas are the hetus, visa. That type of thinkings and understandings works by which we go to Swarga or come back to human or go to the Pashu. By that, what is indicated is these are only three gatis where we come and go as a result of our karma done as a karta to get the karma phala. इसके ऊपर स्वर्ग के ऊपर जाओ वहां you will have the Maharloka, Jana, Tapo, Satyaloka. The Samsara will not be there. Sadhana only will layer at the different heights and levels. But in these three only. Therefore, these three are said as the Hetus. When they are removed, here only. Tada na jayate chittam. Chittam. That time, chitta is not born. No, chitta is not born. Therefore, spandana in the chitta is not there. Then the abhasa of the jagat is not there. Dvaita. Grahana grahaka. Grahya grahaka abhasa will not be there. So, after so much of study, now the subject starts becoming simpler. What is simpler? What is there is Ekamevadhyam Brahma only. Okay, then what we see is the Jagat. Jagat is seen because of Chitta presence. Chitta is there because of these three hetus. They are in the form of vasanas. Therefore, as long as these three vasanas hetus are there, Chitta will be appearing, Chitta will express as Jagat. When these three go away, chitta is not there, then the hetu nahi hone ke karan the dvaita jagat of karya grahya grahak also is not there. Then what is there? That is which is always there. That is called the atmasthiti mukta sthiti, which is being explained in the next 3-4 slokas, which is very very sublime, very tough, but we'll try to explain. So here literal meaning yada nalabate hetu uttamada madhyaman tada na jayate chittam. Najayate chitta means, as I said you, chit will not appear as chitta. Chitta will not do spandana. It becomes the spandana of chitta, the abhasas are happening. Abhasas will not be there. Now, this effort is to know the truth. But by the time we have arrived to this level of knowledge, it's already understood that entire world of names and forms are abhasa, like Rujuvakra abhasa when the Alatha was moving. At this level of this shloka, if you have reached truly, by this time, for us, both Jagrat and Swapna Jagat, with all its variety, are abhasa, that clarity should be there. Still, they are seen obstructing our vision of Paramatma. So, when they go away from being an obstacle, we will experience Paramatma as Himself. For that sake, these are also eliminated by this thing. Remove all these three hetus, there's no chittatva is the chittatva is not there, then abhasas will not be there to bind you. That means what? Even though intellectually we have understood Ekamevadhyam Brahma, Ajatavada, still to experience Him, we have to eliminate the world from even our perception. It goes away when the spandana of the chitta stops. Chitta spandana stops when the chitta goes away. Chitta goes away when its causes go away. Causes are Uttama, Adhama, Madhyama, Hetu. And who is the Hetu for these Hetu? So it is I only. Who? The one who is bound now, who want to be liberated. What is the bondage of him? He is separate from the self. What is the liberation of him? He knows he is the real self. Who is he that? That is me only. The one who is speaking here as speaker, they are the one who is listening as listener there. So this sloka's load is Yadana Palavate Hetu Uttavada Madhyaman Tadana Jayate Chittam. Why Hetu Avave Phalam Kutaha? When the Hetu is not there, Uttamada Madhyama, the Phala of the Chitta will not be there. The Chitta again is a Hetu for the Phala of the Abhasa, they also will not be there. When the abhasa is not there, chitta is not there, hetus are not there, what is there then? What is there always is alone is there. What is always there is Ekameva Advayam Brahma. Like in the rope, rope alone is there. But inside us, Uttamada Madhyama Dharmas are there. Therefore, Chitta has become a manifest. It did Spandana. Then while doing Spandana, it only imagined a non-existing but real like snake. Or for somebody, it's a garland, etc. So the abhas of the snake is not in the rope. The Abbas of snake to me or Abbas of garland to you, a hose like pipe for the other one, Randa for the other one, Bhuchidram for the other one, and Kagas for our koi, a bedsheet ki तरह और किसी को लगेगा, बिजली का तार की तरह somebody else may see that. So anybody can imagine in their own way. So in all those cases, each of us have the Uttama, Adhama, Madhyama, Dharma, therefore the Chitta did the imagination of it. Remember, the one who doesn't have any of the hetus of Uttamadhama Madhyama means no vasanas are there either of snake or garland or anything. So you will not see the snake if the snake vasana is not there inside. You will not see the rope vasana is not, rope impression is not there. Sorry, garland impression. So remember that none of the impressions are there in me, Mano. Only two options are there. One, either I'll see the rope or I don't see the rope. When I see the rope, realization is over. When I don't see the rope, I will be told by the Guru, Beta, this is rope, realization over. But when the impressions are there, not only I don't see the rope as rope, but according to my own Hetu, Uttamada Madhyama, I see snake or something or the other. That is why the Gurus at the peak of voice they say, बेटा सारे वासनाएं खत्म करके मेरे पास आओ मैं तत्त्वमसि बोलूंगा तुमको हम ब्रह्मास्मि हो जाएगा. Because that is the truth. That's always there. It is you only. Just one push you have to do by making you introverted. That I do by Tattvamasi. That is enough for you to look at and see. Like the one whose eyesight is very good. There's no obstruction en route in between in the form of dust or dirt or anything. And you have shown him, देखो उस तरफ देखो पेड़ पे पंछी है. He will turn his attention. Pear and Panchi is very clearly seen because in between obstructions are not there and his eyesight also is very good. In the same way, the eyes are top, full Shraddha in the Guru is intact. The obstructions of Hetu Nuttavada Madhyana are not there. To such one, when the Guru says, Tvam etat jiva na asi, Tvam tad asi, tat tvam asi. The moment he says, immediately it looks at that inside tat tvam asi. You'll experience Ham Brahmas. That is why at one level we have to be very careful that we have to eliminate our Uttamadama Madhyama Hetus. Okay? Uttama Tino, even Uttama Hetu also you remove. Means all types of Sat Karma, Punya Karma, Dana Karma, Dharma Karma, which take us to Swargadi, that is Uttama Hetu. That Punya Sat Dharma Karma along with Papa Mishranam brings us to the human life, Artha, that is called Madhyama Hetu. That karma vasana by which we go to Adama Yoni, वहाँ जाकर अभी साधना की बात ही नहीं होती है. केवल भोग का ही प्रारब्ध का ही भोगना पड़ता है. That's called Adama Hetu. All that we have to remove. So, क्रूर राक्षस कर्म छोड़ दो. पाप कर्म छोड़ दो. पुण्य कर्म कुछ समय के बाद कर कर वो भी फिर छोड़ देना. How do you do? पुण्य कर्म से मिलने वाले स्वर्ग देवी मिथ्या है, अन्य परमानेंट नहीं है. इस भाव से उनको भी हम छोड़ेंगे. All the three hetus have gone. What happened? The hetus have got no obstruction for the self experience in me. Therefore, I experience myself. Therefore, right now, though I am the pure self, I am living as Jiva and Deha because the Jiva Deha life of mine and pure self of mine, in between these three hetus are there. These three hetus are covering me as a self and expressing me as jiva, deha. When these three hetus are removed, the jiva only atma. That is why consciously eliminating these hetus through karma yoga, bhakti yoga, everywhere it is insisted. In fact, that teaching is more, that sadhana is more, because that's the qualification. One through that teaching or learning and sadhana, when we become qualified, after that revealing the self is a fraction of thing because it's not distant in far in distance. है ना, दूर है तो लाने में टाइम लगता है और कोई है तो बुलाने को टाइम लगता है, ये ना दूर है ना और कोई, मैं ही हूँ। अब मुझे मेरे बारे में जानने के लिए वेयर विल द टाइम रिक्वायर्ड? That's so in a fraction of moment that experience happens when all the Uttamada Matame Hetu go away, which were creating Chitta, which were making Chitta Spandita, Spandanam Chitta is giving a variety of the Abhas. And remember, one of the very peculiar important thing, Abhasas, first of all, unreal. Then in which form they are formed, but उसका कोई logic reasoning नहीं है. Means what? When you take the mashal and move it like this, you will see a star shape. You see like this, you see a line. You do like this, you see a rectangle, triangle. So the movement has no meaning. Accordingly, the abhasas having different shapes also no meaning. In the same way, when the chitta does the spandana, no meaning because of spandana, what type of the world is expressing. Whether you call it Chaurasi Lakh Yoniya, whether you call Ananta Koti Brahmanda, that's what we talk about the inverse expanse. No, all of them are like the Ananta Abhasa that are possible in the spandana of that Mashal or Alatha. Remember, they should not have meaning. You want to know the truth, we should stop giving meaning to the Alata Krita Abhasas. Alata Krita means because of the Alata Spandana, the Abhasas which are made, we should not give them as reality. One of the biggest breakthrough in a spiritual sadhana is whatever we are seeing in the waking is thoroughly accepted as unreal, only appearance. That much only it is important, not more than. If one doesn't come to this level, instead of that, he takes the world as real. He can never enter into the higher, deeper meditation because the real taken world pulls you to this down level. इसलिए right now only let us invoke the grace of Guru and God. Oh Lord, please give us the experience or understanding that the world is appearance but not real. Let it appear, but don't give the value of reality. If you give reality value, you can never give up the world. Let it be appearance. That's why Jagat Mithya, Jagat Mithya, Jagat Mithya. मिथ्या जगत का अर्थ क्या है? जैसा भी हो वो स्वीकार है, जो कुछ भी हो उसको परेशान नहीं है. दैट इज कॉल्ड स्वीकृता ऑफ द जगत एज मिथ्या. जो कुछ भी होता है इन द वर्ल्ड, इफ इट अफेक्ट्स मी मीन्स आई टेक इट एज रियल. बट दिस कैन नॉट बी पब्लिकली स्पोकन. Though Guru speaks this to all, but only a genuine genius disciples catch it. And what is the meaning of catching it? Inside them, they know it that it is mithya, but in Vyavahara, they will live normal. Like in my case, when I do the class to you, normally I do study the Upanishad, explain. But heart in heart, I must know this is also mithya. Because it was not there earlier, tomorrow nahi hoga, आज सिर्फ दिख रहा है. It has a utility of understanding Shastra a little deeply. That's why we are using. But really, it is not real. Heart in heart, I must have it. Then what will happen? One day I will be able to do, another day I will not be able to do. I will not get frustrated. That is samsaric benefit. That it will not create samsara to me. But the other benefit is what? Because it is not real, this will not become an obstruction on the seat of meditation. What is troubling us on the seat of meditation? Thoughts about what? The world. Of what? Which you took as real. How do you say you took as real them? That is why they are coming into your mind and you are carried away. Like when you imagine when somebody called you. If you think that the call of somebody's imagination, will you go? If you think and accept that the call of someone is imagination, will you go? You don't go. If you have got up from your work and gone, means what? You took the call as real. Is it not? In the same way, on the seat of meditation, why thoughts come? Because we have taken the content of thoughts called the world as real. But a Vedanti at this level will have to live outer world normally, but inside he should take all of them as mithya, means what? Not so real as it was taken earlier. What is the expression of mithyatva? Its presence and absence should not trouble. प्रेजेंस है तो रहने दो, जा रहे तो जान दो, बट उसका असर मेरे पर नहीं होगा. At that time, samsara gone away because samsara travels only when you take it as real. And when you take it as real, then only it enters and disturbs your meditation. Therefore, meditation also becomes easy when the mithyatva is accepted. Very essential it is. And ultimately, what will be proved is that only. Ki self alone is real, everything else is only projection, imagination. Now, these are the tricks, these are the small little hints which may not be openly found in Shastras and Karikas, Bhashya. We have to cull out them. Whenever we need such thing, the Lord supplies to us. So many things are happening in the world, small ones, big ones. Now, all if you take them as reality, then they will come on your mind. Like when I watch news. I watch the news because of some or thoda khujli hai to see what is. But luckily the Mandukya Upanishad is telling me you are watching that, but it's not so real or important. Because that thought, that is not creating such an impression in me. And as a citizen of the nation or whatever, I have no role to play in that. It's only information gathering. अब 5 states में elections हुए, मेरे को क्या करना है उसमें? I can in every case do one thing. If Raja should be good, Praja should be good, Raja Praja together should be happy. This prarthana anyway we do. Other than that, what is the role of mine in that? Nothing ना, कुछ भी नहीं है. रिलेटेड ही नहीं. देयरफॉर वो प्रॉब्लम चला गया कि आई मस्ट इन्वॉल्व वाला. अब यूक्रेन रशिया, व्हाट कैन आई डू एक्सेप्ट प्रेइंग? तो ओम श्री अनुमति नहीं, आई एम डूइंग. Apart from that practical thing done as a responsible person at that level, the other aspect is what? This is unreal. Mithya. And it is proved also. What was the news last year on this day, 13th March 2021? Do you remember? How the havoc was happening because of second wave? किसी को नहीं पता, याद ही नहीं है. अगर सत्य होता तो होना चाहिए ना आंखों के सामने, याद होना चाहिए. And that helps us. That helps us. Really involve when there is a important involvement required. Beyond that, even that also is not so real. That when we entertain it, then the strong impressions won't form. Then the apprehension of the truth, as explained in the Upanishads and Karikas, we will be able to go deep into understand, to go into deep to understand. Otherwise, those world will pull us again and again from those. You are trying to go up, but it is pulling down. You are trying to go deeper in meditation, but you are pulled down. Now, from this, you have to imagine one thing. What's that? Therefore, that person has totally rejected the world by saying that unreal alone, except for survival, whatever is required, eating, etc. Other than that, he does nothing. Such person alone goes on sitting for meditation for days and months together. To him only, the entry happens into the deep layers. First of understanding, thereafter identification and experience. देखो, हमको 5 मिनट ही वर्ल्ड नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट लगता है. विद इन 5 मिनट अगेन फैन चाहिए या पानी चाहिए या आवाज आ रहा है, कुछ ना कुछ रियल appears and then we run. Either we get up from the meditation and run, sometimes we may not get up, but बैठे बैठे ही भागते हैं, चिल्लाते रहते लोगों पे जो चिल्ला रहे. Is it not? And that happens till you get up from the meditation. When you got up from the meditation, हार गए ना वो. What actually should be done? You said for meditation, the whole world is in the आग में है, फिर भी बैठना, क्योंकि all that is मिथ्या. Janaka was like that. Mithilayam pradiptayam name kichana dahyati. The entire Mithila is burning, but I am not burnt. I am that self. So great. We'll study. Ashtavakra Gita is there in the sequence. So this one shloka is explained now. Yada na lavate hetuna उत्तमाधम मध्यमान तदा न जायते चित्तम हेत्वभावे फलम कुतः. So, though the Dvaita Jagat is not there, but it is Abhasa. Abhasa happening because of Spandana of Chitta. Chitta Spandana is happening because of Chitta's presence. Presence of Chitta is there because of these three hetus. Therefore, consciously where we have to work on removing those hetus. Ensure that Chitta is not there. Then the Spandana of Chitta will not be there. Then the all these Abhasas are not there. Then the reality is experienced. This is for sadhana. After understanding that Parabrahma Ekamevadvayam alone is real, in fact, the world is never created. Yet it is appearing now. How to make it disappear in such a way that the pure self alone is appearing or apprehended or experienced? Actually, for that, this can be taken as sadhana. तुम जब तक हेतुओं को रखोगे चित्त चित्त स्पंदन आभासा रहेगा एंड देन यू विल बी कॉट अप इन द रियलिटी यू विल बी वेरी फार अवे फ्रॉम एकमेवाद्वयम ब्रह्म. So what to do? Remove these hetus. And it is practically when the hetus are removed, then chitta and its spandana and abhasa will not be there. When that is not there, then what is there alone is realized. So, like some things, punchlines, etc., we catch in our life, which you like, either a movie wala ya kisi ne kaha. Now, these are the punchlines you keep with you. As long as hetus are there, so long chitta is there. As long chitta is there, it will do spandana. When the spandana is there, there will be abhasa. When the abhasas are there, the reality is always hidden. Now sadhana is what? I must transcend the abhasa. For that, spandana of the chitta should go away. For that, chitta should go away. For that, its hetu should go away. Therefore, my focus is on removing the hetus. So, how to remove the adama hetu? By being a decent person, don't be cruel and angry. Removing all negative values is removing the adama hetu. Then how to remove the madhyam hetu? Remove the swartha papadi karma. Madhyam hetu is gone. How to remove the uttama hetu? By knowing that even the uttama hetu takes me only to the limited worlds of swargadi only. They won't give me the ultimate. ऐसा कर कर वो हेतु उसको भी निकाल दे. Now, at this level of Mandukya, one thing please remember. It's a very great thought that is being spoken in last 10-15 shlokas, next 10 shlokas. What is that? Actually, Brahman alone is there. But forgetting him, if you want to imagine the world, the entire world is there. You are bound. In that world, it is your choice. पकड़ के बस फंसे रहना है अभी तुम्हारा चॉइस है छोड़कर मुक्ति पाना भी तुम्हारा चॉइस. That big secret or truth is revealed here. If you maintain your hetus, your all abhasa will be seen and it is real. And then you keep on, according to the hetu, do the spandana of the chitta. And spandana of chitta is planning and acting. Then you will get swarga narakadi. Now, what is the main thought of Mandukyas, this ALAATHA, SHANTHI and these KARIKAS is what? If you imagine it is there, if not, it is not there. It's all hollow, but imagine. Like where is the movie? Nowhere except in the imagination first of the director and producer, second in all the actors, third you and I who see it. And all are fooling each other and each one is fooling himself by involving in that which is not there. कुछ मजा मजा आ रहा है करके उसमें जा रहा है. Is it not? For whom the movie is real? For no one, but who is seeing the movie? Everyone. So too, for whom the world is real? For no one, but who are in the world? Everyone. Feel the meaning of these sentences. Just like the director and producer made a story and all that, so too, though it's not real, so too, Enanta Koti Brahmandas with all these Srishti Sthiti Laya are actually never happening, never there. Ultimate truth is that. That's what already said in 32nd mantra of Advaita Prakaranam. Na nirodha, na chotpatti, na baddha, na chasalaka, na mumukshu, na vaimuktaha, ittesha paramarthata. Keep that as ultimate goal. Silently work towards it. Don't do funny things while doing vyavahara. व्यवहार को फिर ज़्यादा भी वैल्यू नहीं देना. Focus more on realizing the ultimate truth. Desire for truth we have to increase. For that, the desire for the world we have to reduce. But the world desire is very strong now because it appears to be very substantial. But remember, you see the examples in the world. Like we revel in cinema Gana, are there not people who revel in Bhakti Gana? Like we revel in cooking and eating like a bhogi, don't you see people who revel in doing Naivedyam and offering it to the Lord? You can see the total opposite things, no? In the same way. Like you and I who take the world as real and indulge, the opposite is there who have known the truth alone is real, world is not. So those three become an examples, three examples become a means for us to understand the fourth important one. That the world is not so real as you think. Reality alone is real. World is not so important as we think. The reality alone important. World is not giver of sukha or ananda, it's a giver of dukkha and bandhanam. Self is not the giver of dukkha or bandhanam, it's the giver of bliss and ananda. This stage we evolve, like that person understood. When I can sing, why sing the cinema gana which spoils our mind? Let me sing only devotional gana. He got into that maturity. When I cook, why not make naivedya to the Lord? Why only bhoga? He was also earlier doing the cooking for himself and others as a bhogi, but he got transformed. So too, there's a chance for you and me also get transformed from taking the world as real into the taking the Lord as a real self. From giving this importance to giving importance to that. Give that chance. So this removes a fear also, gives a push also. This thought. नहीं तो क्या होगा कि जब भी वेदांत में जाते हैं सब छोड़ना पड़ता है इसलिए डर लगता है इसलिए वेदांत को ही छोड़ देते हैं. That's how people after certain distance, like when you go to jungle with your four friends, you are together go into deep jungle. After certain point, a competition or any test is put. बेटा हम तीन नहीं आएंगे तो अकेला जा. That fellow, या क्या होगा मेरे साथ देखता हूँ मैं अकेला जाए. How long will you go? No, till either the sound or the form of these three are seen or heard. Till that point he goes. The moment their sound and form is not seen, दौड़ के भाग कर आ गया वो पीछे. होता है कि नहीं? बच्चे भी ऐसे जहाँ तक मम्मी दिखती है ही इज हैप्पी. मोमेंट मम्मी इज हिडन बिहाइंड वो भाग के दौड़ के आ गो. Same way. You and I also at one certain level, as we proceed spirituality, when the question of giving up all that comes, we feel as if we are empty without that. Therefore, spirituality का जर्नी छोड़कर भाग कर आते. ये अंदर होता है and those people don't understand कि why I will give up spirituality, why I have come back into worldliness. Now, one thing I'll add to add, like the example of forest, when you are daring to even leave these children and go ahead, forest में क्या होगा नहीं पता, but in Vedanta, you will remain all alone as a self, having discovered which everything else will be there as it was there earlier, but with the difference that they were other than me, that wrong concept goes away, all will be there as you yourself. ठीक है. चाहे तो आपको उस समय प्यार करने को एक दो बंदा नहीं है, पूरा दुनिया मिलेगा. लड़ना चाहते हो तो एक दो बंदा नहीं, पूरा दुनिया मिलेगा. फंसना चाहते हो एक दो नहीं, दुनिया मिलेगा. Everything will be there for you as yourself to entertaining. Like when I sit of meditation, what will happen when I get out of that experience of the self and come to you? Not that you disappear or world disappears. Everything remains as same, but some change happens on sit of meditation. I discover all of you and me are one. But the play continues. So you behind you the self, I behind the self. Now I identify with myself and with that vision I look at you. Therefore you and I are different. There is some samsara, ragadvesha. But I discovered myself behind me. Then that self alone is behind everyone. Therefore, I am behind everyone. So, who am I really? That one who is behind all. Yet again, you can come and play. The play is not taken as real. Play is only play. It will not bind. हो गया इस तरह से all these mantras are very elaborate, explainable, worthy of contemplating. और भी करो और भी करो. Now comes हेतु अभावे चित्तम न उत्पद्यते इति ही उक्तम. When these three hetus are not there, chitta will not be born, it is said. सा पुनः अनुत्पत्ति चित्तस्य कीदृशी. What is the meaning of that chitta anutpatti? How it looks like? What is the experience like? Is explained here. Iti uchyate. It's a very subtle way of talking. Huh? It's not an ordinary our talking about the vyavahara. It is the deepest contemplation level में प्रश्न पूछ रहा है उत्तर पूर्व पक्षी. At that level only Guru is answering the Karikakara. Bhashyakara is helping us through his Bhashya. When the hetus are not there, chitta is not there. In what way chitta is not there? In fact, the question का meaning है चित्त नहीं है तो क्या है, जो है वो कैसा है. One more thing is what? चित्त नहीं है मतलब क्या हुआ? वो जो परमात्मा है वही है चित्त रूप में दिखाई दिया बिकॉज ऑफ द हेतुस. हेतुस removed चित्त gone away means what? Where it is gone away? Which was expressed as chitta, into that it has gone away. What was that? Chitta only. Therefore, the question is, sa punaha anutpatti chittasya kidrushi. Means that non-creation or non-presence or non-manifestation of chitta, how it looks like. In fact, that is the definition of आत्मा only. क्योंकि आत्मा को डिफाइन नहीं कर सकते. देखो चित्त का अनुत्पत्ति को एक्सप्लेन कर रहे, वो भी एक्सप्लेनेशन गलत है. जो उत्पन्न है यू कैन एक्सप्लेन. समथिंग इज प्रेजेंट यू कैन टॉक. हाउ कैन यू टॉक absence? So when the chitta is anutpanna, unborn, how the unborn chitta? See, the struggle of Upanishads that they try to explain self but can't, that is again here humorously played by Karikakara on all us students. At this level of fourth Prakarana, almost 78 sloka we came, Karikakara feels, imagines that we also have come to his own level, therefore like a friend he is playing a majak with us. He thinks that we have matured so much to come to this level. I have come to this level. He says, वो चित्त जो नहीं है वो कैसा रहता है. अरे जो नहीं है उसका कैसा रहता है, क्या प्रश्न है. See, उत्पन्न से चित्तम कीदृशम कीदृशी, it can be a valid question. But that अनुत्पत्ति चित्तस्य कीदृशी, is it not? By putting question like this and answering it, what actually answered is that pure self experience maximum in the words form, it would be explained like this. But even that also is not the explanation of self, because self is an experience. And it happens. There's no doubt about it. But whoever gets the experience, till that time they try to understand. Any words are told to him, his understanding is incomplete. After experiencing, he himself tries to explain to others, he will also equally fail. मैंने जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का एग्जाम्पल दिया वैसे ही है. Till one holds on to the wire, one can't say how it looks like experience. But after you hold on, you experience it, but you can't tell it. So too in the Bhakti Bhava, the example of a sweet meat is said. मिठाई जब खाते हैं दूसरा बंदा जितना भी बोलेगा आपको समझ नहीं आएगा. But same sweet when it lands on your own tongue, then you directly experience. But you ask, somebody asks you how it looks like, mukha swadravat, you can't talk about it. See, some things keep blindly. Self alone is real. Realizing the self is moksha. Self is experienceable but cannot be explained. But all explanations take us to the portals of the self. Therefore, all the explanations and contemplations are essential sadhanas to go up to level. After that, all of them are also dropped. It happens. Like no preparation of the sleep takes us to sleep. But all preparations take us to the verge of sleep, then sleep happens. Is it not? Closing the doors, putting off the TV, reducing the luminosity of the light, putting the fan or AC proper, then putting all the bed sheet, then lying on that, slowly withdrawing from the body, and all thoughts also. कल देखेंगे बाकी कल सोचेंगे, you know, सिटिंग वाइफ और हस्बैंड और एनीबडी दोनों लोग साइड पे सो रहे हैं तो पूछते हैं क्वेश्चन, कल देखेंगे करके, all the preparations, none of them will give you sleep, but they are preparations. When all of them are done, something just happens, that's called sleep. In the same way, all of these sadhanas never give Atmanubhava, but they take us to that level, then it happens. So these are the four things blindly keep in mind. Parabrahma Tattva alone is real. I am that already. When I realize that, then only I get mukti from my Jiva Bhava. But the Tattva is Anubhava Gamya. It can't be put in words or explanation. But all the explanations, logics, Shastras, Upanishad mantras, and all these Shravana Manana Nidhyasana are all will take me up to that point, which I have to do. Once I go there, when I drop even these effort struggle from my side, it just happens. Keep these thoughts very strong because you don't find them anywhere so clearly put. ढूंढना पड़ता है इन बातों को. And the need of this is what? If that is not there, that self alone is real, you take world as real. If you don't take self alone as a goal, you take the world as the goal. If you say it is experiential but not explainable, if you don't accept it like that, then you say कि उसको explain नहीं कर रहे हो तो जो explain होता है उसी को मैं मानूंगा, नहीं तो नहीं मानूंगा करके we become only worldly. The problem is this, that which is explainable in the form of jati, dravya, guna, karma is unreal. And that reality is inexplicable. That's why it become a tough subject. If it is not, if it is so easy, why would it become such a rarest of the rare? Like when you see the world of things, you see the room, your walls and windows. You say the wall is this color, window is this color, this shape. ये तो आप देख रहे हो और एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हो और ये जो इस तरह रंगों में रूपों में दिख रहा है, दिस इज अनरियल. एंड व्हाट इज सेल्फ इज सच रियल थिंग, इट कैन नॉट बी सीन. वो प्रॉब्लम हमेशा रहता है, सबको रहता है, शुरुआत में रहता है. धीरे धीरे एज इज ट्यूनिंग टू द शास्त्र, by the grace of guru, he will come to the next level. वाकई जो कर रहे हैं ठीक है कह रहे, then he really, when he meditates, he will really experience. On the seat of meditation, consciously, when we remove these three hetus, we can see the stoppage of spandana of the chitta, then you can see disappearance of the world. Again, you chavi do chitta spandana ko, you can see the world appearing. And when the chitta spandana is stopped, the world is stopped. We can see chitta alone experience as chitta, that is me. That all happens. That's what meditation. Meditation is not an ambiguity. It is the highest alert and awareness state of experience there, which we can't do any mistake there. जो है सो है, जो है वही दिखेगा, वो होता भी है. And repeatedly when one visits that experience, even establishes, he knows I'm the self. From the self only, I'm just becoming as if not seeing myself or forgetting it. From there only, chitta is coming, and with some sankalpa, chitta spandana is done. Immediately, the abhasa jagat in front, playing that. That's what logic, like carom board playing. It's such a great play. Children play that for hours together. But remember, the coins, the striker, the board itself, the powder you add there, the rules, regulations you put, where are all the real on the higher inquiry? Is it not? The coins are made of wood. The moment you go to the wood level, coins are unreal. The board is made again of the wood. Go to the wood level, where is the board? The sankalpa of yours to play. When the sankalpa is dropped, where is the play? The rules you have put it. It can be anything, any change. सिर्फ लेफ्ट हैंड से खेलो ऐसा रूल कर सकते हैं या ऐसा मारना ऐसा नहीं मारना. यू पुट रूल, इट इज योर पुटिंग रूल. एनी स्पोर्ट्स आर लाइक दैट ओनली, नो. People agreed, accepted, therefore it is going on happening. But if you go deeply to inquiry, there is all of them are not there. हम मानते ही इसलिए है, नहीं तो कुछ नहीं है. Like cricket ground, every ground is of not same size. Then how can you call in small ground also these 4 runs, big also 4? अब दे आर एक्सेप्टेड इसलिए चल रहा है. Every batsman bat is not same, gloves are not same, cannot be. But accept ही हो रहे हैं. Every rule, नया नया rules. Who is forming? Concepts only. नया नया भाई, I mean T20 rules नया नया. Everything is you are accepting. ICC बैठती है, discuss करती है, चलो. Others are imposed on that, they accept. What I am trying to say that it's all imagined and made appear as real, and you are involving in them. Otherwise नहीं है. So to the entire world. Expand this example. But this thinking we are not able to do, therefore we take all this as real. Actually, in the conscious being me, where is Jiva? Where is Deha? Where is the hunger, thirst, disease, old age, all of them to Deha? Where are these sufferings? Like a movie you see, he's acting and you are reacting. In both cases, all those things are not there. That he got some wound and he was suffering and you looked at it and you suffered. नहीं है. But these all have to be slowly allowed to enter till the time your vyavahara should be normal. Do your dharma, don't value more than that. See that the impressions are reduced. In the meantime, increase your desire to know the truth. Understand the truth is known only on the seat of meditation. To be able to sit and meditate, we must be free from all prakriti of raja, tama, sattva. Therefore, slowly reduce the vasanas. These are the few things you have to be very clear and go on doing. ये सब और क्लियर होंगे when you have devotion to your guru, your इष्टदेव. At that highest level of reaching, गुरु इष्टदेव says भाई हमारा हो गया काम जो करना है, अब तुम उसमें चले आओ आत्मा में, वहां हम मिलेंगे. वहां एक दूसरे को अलग के रूप में नहीं मिलेंगे, एक के रूप में. But till that time they are needed. That's called Guru Karana Dharam. Tomorrow or some in one of the text it will come. वाल्मीकि तो भागवत में आएगा गुरु कर्ण धार. So when one point comes, I have to add other also to avoid the misunderstanding in us as listeners. Otherwise, saying one that point is enough. Like I say, realize self on the seat of meditation. For that, remove your asanas, accept everything as mithya. But again, I have to say, but in vyavahara be normal. तो वो बिगड़ जाएगा. If I don't tell that, then you say everything mithya, and in a wrong track you go. That is why only at the experiential level all these are dropped. Till the time जितना है उसका हमें वैल्यू करते रहना है. जितना वैल्यू करना है उतना. Like that road in front of me 10 minutes is really there till I cross it. Once I cross it, I have no relation with it because पीछे चला गया. और उसके बाद और 20 मीटर दिखेगा. आप वो कहोगे कि नहीं है डिस्टेंस, then you can't cross it. In the same way, everything should not be rejected just like that, but keep in the mind that one day I have to transcend all of them as real. And for that, first I have to get out of prarabdha, for that I have to get out of all the vasanas. New things I should not add. Let me seek only Paramatma, nothing other than Him. This is the $1,000,000 thought. Keep on doing that and go through every life. एक लाइफ, दो लाइफ, 5, 10 लाइफ लगने दो. I'm too clear. Let Lord make 1,000 lives for me next. For how does it matter? In every life I come, आप जैसे 10 लोग मिलेंगे. While talking to you on Shastra, I will also contemplate little in every life. I have no problem now. Little prarabdha, whatever are there, they come and go. Even now, while studying with ignorance, even some mistakes are done or any punya are done. According to that, some sukha dukha will come in next life. आने दो, जाने दो. No doubt now. Like in this very life, some of you loved me, some of you troubled me. All that is because of my papa punya. It will continue. फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा हमें. स्पष्टता. But pursuit is going on happening. This is how we have to understand. Now, how actually the topic was how that निमित्त रहित राहित्य से चित्त नहीं है, चित्त राहित कैसा है, सा पुनः अनुत्पत्ति चित्त से कीदृशी. दैट वाज द पॉइंट. आंसर इज व्हाट? अनिमित्तस्य चित्तस्य या अनुत्पत्तिः समा अद्वया अजातस्य एव सर्वस्य चित्त दृश्यम हि तद यतः. The 3 4 words. First, today we'll only see this much. Bhasha I'll explain tomorrow. I want to enjoy these 10 shlokas little at least. देखो पता है ना फिर आप जैसे लोग मिलेंगे कि नहीं मुझे इस जन्म में सुनने को. No, I had to prepare you for 2 years to tune to me, which you allowed. That we are able to talk this today. If I suddenly some students come, I can't talk this to them. उनको आएगा तत्वबोध आत्मबोध पढ़ा नहीं सकता मैं. Even भजगोविंदम I can't say. I have to say मोड़मते. सब intellects matured नहीं होते ना. With 2 years, with your continuous attention, you allowed God, Gurudev, to mold you to listen. Therefore, I am encashing it only to you. Therefore, let me enjoy. That's why let us go slow. Though there are only 22 more, 23 more slokas, let them take 20 more days, doesn't matter. धीरे धीरे पूरा समझ लो. So, the first, animittasya chittasya anutpattihi. This is what the question. Same thing is said. So, animittasya chittasya, that chitta whose nimitta has gone away. What was the nimittas? Uttamadhamma madhyama hetus. So that chitta whose hetus were Uttamadhamma madhyama dharmas, when those dharmas have gone away, then that chitta has no nimitta. Okay? Therefore, animittasya chittasya. That is the meaning of that sentence. अनिमित्तस्य चित्तस्य या अनुत्पत्ति ही. क्योंकि निमित्त नहीं है तो उत्पत्ति नहीं होगा. उत्पत्ति होना है तो निमित्त होना है. निमित्त नहीं है देखो उत्पत्ति नहीं है. जो आप पूछ रहे हो अनुत्पत्ति कैसा होता है, आई एम टेलिंग 2 words. समा अद्वया. Sama means homogeneous. What is homogeneousness here? Simple differentiationlessness. What is the differentiation? Grahya, grahaka, rahitya. Now, how it looks like, काला है कि गोरा है, सफेद है, बोल नहीं सकते. चित्त है कि जड़ है, कुछ भी शब्द नहीं हो सकते. That is the nearest word sama. That's why निर्दोषम is samam brahma. Everywhere parabrahma is called as sama sama. Sama. That's an experience of samatha. There's no vishamata at all. And why there's no samatha, no vishamata, only sama? Because advaya. And this sama and advaya are names of Paramatma. So directly Parabrahma milega aapko nahi batate हुए. The anut, when the nimitta gone away, chitta has not become utpanna. That anutpanna sthiti of the chitta is called as sama and advaya. Having said that, what is sama advaya when you ask, which we spoke million times already, that is Parabrahma's lakshana only. तो आत्मा पर ब्रह्म वर्ड यूज नहीं करते हुए ही उसी का इंडिकेट कर रहे हैं बाय यूजिंग द वर्ड सम एंड अद्वय. Sama means no grahya grahaka. Advaya means such experience is one without second. Means in that experience, you experience one without secondness. Okay. Ajatasya eva sarvasya means this sama advaya in other word is called ajata. And that ajatasya sarvasya, of that only which being the reality, other than that whatever you have seen so far is chitta drishyami tadyataha. चित्त स्पंदन से बना हुआ दृश्य ही है. But otherwise, what was there is Parabrahma. That Parabrahma is Sama Advaya. In that Sama Advaya Parabrahma, the Vishama Dvaita is projected because of Chitta Spandana. Chitta and Chitta Spandana happened because these dharmas. Uttamadava Madhyama Dharma. Uttama Madhyama Adhama. So this is how these slokas give such a depth and clarity. And as though so far we were studying Upanishads as easy, very tough, very high level, we have to take a lot of time to reach it. But after studying Mandukya, we have to change our sentence. What is what? Now I understood what is what and what to do. नहीं तो ambiguity रहती रहेगी, वो भी एक माया है. That's what I was saying 6-7 minutes back also. After reading Mandukya, we must know these few topics. Ekameva Advayam Brahma is real, Jagat is Mithya. Still it is appearing real, it has to be dissolved. The dissolution is done by knowing how it is created, the genesis. Genesis is what? It is first of all Abhasa. Like Alatha ka Ruju Vakra Abhasa. Second, the Abhasa happened because Spandana of the Chitta. Third, Chitta's presence and Spandana are because of the three hetus. Therefore, when I focus on removing those hetus, then chitta and its spandana goes away, abhasa goes away. Then what remains is Parabrahma. I have understood now. I must do it this way. करके conviction से साधना शुरू करना है. You cannot throughout life study theoretically how to drive car, how to swim in water, how to cook the food. अब शुरू करो. You and I must do. Like one should know what is the meaning and need of अंतःकरण शुद्धि. शुरू करना पड़ता है. What is the meaning of japa and purpose of japa? शुरू करना पड़ता है. What is the meaning and need and process of doing गुरु उपासना? करना है बाबा. आप सुनते रहते हो और नहीं समझते हैं और जितना समझा उसको प्रैक्टिस नहीं करते तो अटके रहते हैं. Then we blame the guru and God. क्या हुआ 20 years I am listening to you but nothing happened to you and me. What did you do other than listening? Nothing. Therefore, nothing will happen. See, I heard about cooking from the TV. दोपहर में डेली 12 बजे 15 चैनल में दिखता है. But food has not happened. Then I'll ask you, other than listening, what have you done? Nothing. If you do nothing, how can the food will become? When they told everything, you should do also. सब्जियाँ लाना, धोना, छीलना, काट के तैयार रखना, फिर तवा चढ़ाना, स्टोव पे लगाना. पहले लाइट करो, फिर तवा लगाओ, फिर थोड़ा गरम होना, तेल डालना. You have done nothing and then how will it happen? Therefore, from now onwards, है ना, 13 मार्च, मेरा ही नहीं तेरा दोनों का 13 मार्च से हम करना शुरू करें. और ऑलरेडी वॉट एवर वी आर डूइंग, लेट अस डू इट विथ मोर मीनिंग, मोर पर्पस, मोर अटेंशन. Many of us do so many sadhanas, but without any purpose, without any clarity of purpose. 90%, unless we study deeply Vedanta, all our sadhanas are without purpose. But because they are sanctioned by the Guru and Shastra, some result to hota hai, but not the greatest result. Like you cook and eat, खाना पेट भरता है, एनर्जी आता है, some result आया. But if you really know what food to eat and how to make it, it's not a superficial eating. You'll have trupti also, you'll have stomach filling also, you have a lot of energy also, health also. That is called the meaning of eating food properly. But that you have to do. In that calculation, कितना मसाला डालना है, कैलकुलेट करके डालना है. We only laugh at those people who calculatively they put it. अरे क्या ऐसा डालते हाथ से जो हुआ. That is very lazy, careless fellow way of cooking. Careful people take time. डाल दो, अब राई डालो, उसमें क्या डालो, अभी पूरा गर्म नहीं हुआ. कोई बात नहीं, हो जाएगा, कोई बात नहीं, हो जाएगा, टेस्ट बिगड़ेगा वो. The professional cooks don't do erratically. And all of us are erratic cook, erratic eaters also we are. We have not disciplined our life in anything. But that person who knows exactly, he knows how much to put the sim of the gas to make the oil heated without getting burnt. That depends on the size of the pan also, the amount of oil added, which oil. If it is olive oil, different boiling point. It is sunflower, it is different होता है. उसका और कुछ है वो अलग. तो ये सब मिलकर ज्ञान कहते हैं. ऐसे कुछ भी करो, कुछ भी नहीं होता. In the same way, many of us are doing many, but they should be purposeful, fruitful. Right now, we are understanding through Mandukya what is to be done achieved. So let us do purposefully. That's what we want to say today. Continue tomorrow. Animittasya chittasya ya anutpatti sama advaya ajatasya sarvasya chittadushyami tadyataha बुद्ध्वा अनिमित्ततां सत्यां हेतुं पृथक् अनवाप्नुवान् वीतशोकं तथा अकामम् अभयं पदमश्नुते अभूत अभिनिवेशादि सदृशे तत्प्रवर्तते वस्तुभावं स बुद्ध्वा इव निस्सङ्गमिनिवर्तते निवृत्तस्य प्रवृत्तस्य निश्चलाय तदा स्थितिः विषयस्य बुद्धानां तत्साम्यमजमद्वयम् अजम् अनिद्रमस्वप्नं प्रभातं भवति स्वयं सकृद्विभातो हि एवैष धर्मो धातु स्वभावतः सुखमाम्रियते नित्यं दुःखं विपरीते सदा यस्य कस्य धर्मस्य ग्रहेण भगवान् असौ अस्ति नास्ति अस्ति नास्ति इति नास्ति नास्ति इति वा पुनः चलस्थिरो भयावावैर्आवृणोत्येव बालिशः कोट्यश्चतस्रेतास्तु ग्रहैर्यासां सदा वृतः भगवानाभिरस्पृष्ट येन तुष्टः सर्वदृको प्राप्य सर्वज्ञां कृत्स्नां ब्राह्मण्यं पदमद्वयम् अनापन्नाद्मध्यान्तं प्रमीयते विप्राणां विनियो शव प्राकृत उच्यते धमप्रकृतान्तत्वात् एवं विद्वान् शवं व्रजेतु. Now, savasthusovalam cha dvayam lokamishyate avasthusovalam cha shuddham lokamishyate. One thing I want to say, I don't know about other Upanishads. When you study Mandukya, then alone I can use this sentence or guaranteedly. Why we must do spiritual sadhana? Conviction आएगा. and how to do also will be revealed only through मांडुक्यस एनालिसिस. मेरे को तो ये पक्का समझ में आ रहा है, वो वाला समझदारी भी, इंस्पिरेशन भी, जरूरत भी साधना के लिए जो मांडुक्य से मिल रहा है ना, बाकी सब किसी भी उपनिषद से उतना नहीं मिला. But we became qualified to study Mandukya only after studying them. Therefore, they need that credit. यहाँ पक्का देखो in this shloka, unless remove those hetus, chitta with its spandana and abhasa, you can't eliminate, you can't know the truth. How clear this thought? Did we get all this in any of the Upanishads earlier? See the clarity here. यावद हेतु फलावेश तावद हेतु फलोद्भव क्षीणे हेतु फलावेशे नास्ति हेतु फलोद्भव फलोदय. How spashta rupa it is said. You have the avesha for the hetu phala, therefore they are there. When the avesha is reduced, hetu phala are not there. So is it not this revelation? मांडुक्य में ना खासकर इन चीजों में everything is the revelation. यू विल सी नेक्स्ट 5-6 डेज में. आई ट्राई, आई गुरु ईश्वर का वो भीख मांग कर मैं कहता हूँ, मेरे लिए नहीं तो मेरे प्यारे प्यारे श्रोताओं के लिए, हे भगवान प्लीज रिवील द सटल ट्रुथ्स. विद दैट प्रेयर आई विल सिट इन द क्लास and we'll do best. We means you, me and the God and Guru to get those beautiful breakthroughs which will be available here only, otherwise नहीं है. इसे मैं बार बार कह रहा हूँ, एक टेक्स्ट इफ यू वांट मी टू रिकमेंड यू, मांडुक्य स्टडी thoroughly. Forget all her, only this one from beginning till end. Don't hesitate, don't feel कि मैं छोटा हूँ, मेरे को क्या आता है. Don't worry. how मोटा तगड़ा आईने में देखो पता चलता है. So don't have all any notions of that sort. Keep doing. Slowly it comes. Now those who are coming because 1 year's patience, are we not able to catch? Others, those who got frightened कि हमको नहीं होता, language barrier, they stagnant there only. No, I can't pull them now. I have gone far away from them. I can't go back to pull them now. नहीं, मैं कर नहीं सकता, मैं उनको हो ही नहीं सकता. My lectures will be at different level only now. If they left me, so what can I do? Left me means this type of shastra. You don't do that. गौड़पाद आचार्य को नहीं छोड़ना, मंडूक ऋषि को नहीं छोड़ना, शंकर भगवान को छोड़ना, मांडुक उपनिषद नहीं छोड़ना, मूल मंत्र कारिका भाष्य नहीं छोड़ना, और अपने निरंतर साधना स्वाध्याय नहीं छोड़ना, क्लास भी नहीं छोड़ना. नो फ्रीडम. Okay, thank you. We'll have our Gita, 13th chapter. Hari Om all. So, I'm finding my rhythm little, so I can add our ABCD class maybe in